Hello everyone, and welcome back. It's been a while. Sorry, this is a part 2 of sorts, where I'll be going over Haruhi Suzumiya fan theories. And I made it into an iceberg, because the YouTube algorithm likes that, apparently.
Let's begin.
Haruhi is God is a theory posed by Itsuki Koizumi and his organization. They believe that the world was created 3 years ago by Haruhi Suzumiya, making her the god of the world they are currently in.
The elders in the organization believe that this world is sort of like a dream that a certain entity is showing us. For millennia, people have referred to such an entity as God or something similar.
Well done, Haruhi. You got people calling you a god now.
The key to auto-evolution. Yuki Nagato and a section of the data integration thought entity data overmind thingy-majiggy noticed an explosion of data on Earth, and they believe the cause of this explosion was Haruhi Suzumiya. They believe her abilities to alter the data around her will be the key to humanity's auto-evolution.
3 years ago, they noticed an abnormal flare-up of data on the surface of the planet. She has the power to manipulate the environmental data around her. She will be the key to humankind's auto-evolution.
Distortion in space-time. Time is like a picture book, like a flipbook animation in 3-dimensional space. Or at least that's how Mikuru Asahina explains her theory. 3 years ago, again, there was a massive time quake, so large that the company that Mikuru works for could see it in the future. They believe that the source of this time quake was, of course, Haruhi Suzumiya.
I'm here because a large time quake happened 3 years ago. No matter how hard we tried, we couldn't go further back in time from that plane. Miss Suzumiya, she was at the very center of the time distortion.
Kyon is God is the popular fan theory that Kyon is the one with the mysterious reality-bending powers. The main reason for this is during Kyon's opening monologue, expressing his disappointment for how boring the universe is.
All I ever wanted was for an alien, time traveler, Esper to just appear and say, hey, of course they don't exist. But a little part of me wishes that they did.
The second is that out of everyone, Kyon benefits the most from Haruhi's powers. He is constantly in the middle of crazy fights and mysterious events, while Haruhi remains completely unaware. Telepathy is the theory that either Kyon or Haruhi have telekinetic powers. There are numerous instances of Haruhi responding to Kyon's inner monologue, leading fans to suspect that Kyon may be projecting his inner thoughts, or Haruhi is reading his mind unknowingly.
It's a little rash, don't you think?
Not really.
Why don't you wear her costume and be her stunt double?
If you think I'm gonna put on her waitress outfit, you've got another thing coming.
She's a mind reader?
The disappearance of Nagato Yuki-chan is the real timeline. This theory branches off into 2 sub-theories. The first is that the disappearance is the real timeline, and that the melancholy timeline are short stories written by Kyon in the club room. The second is that the disappearance is the real timeline, and Haruhi changed it to the melancholy due to jealousy of Kyon and Yuki's relationship, or possibly out of boredom. Kyon is a slider. During a conversation between a young Haruhi and Kyon, Haruhi asks Kyon about aliens, time travelers, and espers. But there is a 4th being she asks about: sliders. People with the ability to jump through different dimensions, which has led fans to theorize that maybe Kyon has untapped abilities to travel through dimensions. Maybe Kyon is someone who traveled into the world that was created 3 years ago. All since John Smith told Haruhi that he had never met any sliders. She never ended up creating any.
So do you think aliens are real or not?
I guess they are.
Time travelers?
I wouldn't doubt.
How about espers?
I'm sure they're lurking around every corner.
Sliders?
I haven't met any of those guys yet.
Haruhi knows is the theory that Haruhi is completely self-aware of her powers. Why hasn't she told anyone? Well, there are two reasons for this. One is she's fucking with everyone. With her personality, she finds torturing the club members with her crazy antics amusing. The second possible explanation is that she's trying to prevent a massive war from breaking out. Koizumi himself explains to Kyon that there are bloody battles between espers. If they all knew that Haruhi was aware of her powers, she may be a threat to their entire existence.
I'd love to tell you all about the conflicts and bloody battles going on behind the scenes. There's alliance and betrayal, sabotage and sneak attacks, destruction and slaughter.
Kyon is writing everything down. Is the fan theory that Kyon is writing all the events that take place for either us, the audience, or for a future Haruhi to read. Both in the anime and the novels, the narration is presented as if he is reminiscing on past events. Maybe Kyon is actually the writer Tanigawa. Haruhi will lose her powers. In the later novels, characters start to theorize that as Haruhi starts to grow as a person and begin to mature, she will begin to lose her powers. Evidence of this is brought up with Itsuki mentioning she's been creating less and less close space compared to when she was in middle school.
Since the spring, the number of occurrences has dropped considerably. Ever since she started high school, I never would have imagined I'd see her smiling and having fun like she is now. There's no doubt in my mind that Miss Suzumiya is changing. Changing in a good way, of course.
Kyon has the power to bestow godhood. The main reason driving this theory is that the anti-SOS brigade alluded to the fact that they specifically need Kyon to do something to help transfer Haruhi's powers over to Sasaki, leading fans to believe that Kyon's secret ability is that of bestowing godlike powers to someone. Kyon's name. The theories of Kyon's name is a very long list. There is Kyonosuke Sudo. It has Kyon in the name, and his last name matches with a seeding chart. Some have theorized that Kyon might actually be Korean. Maybe it's actually John Smith. The very few hints we do get is that it's a very unique, very noble, and it's hard to figure out from the kanji. Every character's name has something to do with who they are as a person. Haruhi means spring, because she's a ray of fucking sunshine.
I'm Haruhi fucking sunshine.
Yuki means snow, Mikuru can mean future, and Itsuki can be read as service to God. Mikuru's personality. During the events of the Sai, Itsuki proposes the theory that Mikuru is faking her ditzy personality as a way to seduce Kyon. He is joking, of course, but when you really think about it, it's not that crazy of a theory.
Have you ever wondered why Miss Asahina's a part of our little group? Her role in all this is to entice you over to her side. With her good looks, her childish behavior, it's all just an elaborate scheme to get your attention, you know?
Getting tired of your jokes now.
Tanabata wish. On Tanabata, 3 years ago,
I'm a little sick of hearing about this 3 years ago crap.
a young Haruhi forced Kyon to write a message on the soccer field. This theory suggests that the Tanabata gods, Orihime and Hikoboshi, surprised by Haruhi's message, granted her powers and the wish of meeting and hanging out with aliens, time travelers, and espers. Remote Island Serial Killer. I have two theories for this entry. One, during the events of Remote Island Syndrome, Haruhi claims to see a shadow on the island. Later in the episode, we find out the entire murder was a hoax, a mystery for Haruhi to play with, and that Mr. Yutaka was hiding inside the house the entire time. But if that's true, then who did Haruhi see on the rocks? Was her wish for a murder mystery so strong that she actually created a serial killer? As Kyon says, not even with Haruhi's wild imagination would she ever wish for a serial killer. But even then, what did she see?
Haruhi said she saw a shadow.
I don't know anything about that.
Well, she saw something.
Apparently, Miss Suzumiya wished for a murderer that wasn't one of us, and that was probably the shadow.
The second is that Kyon, Itsuki, and Arakawa really did kill Mr. Keiichi, and once Haruhi figured out the mystery, she was unable to emotionally handle it, and altered reality to the outcome that we see. The evidence for this is mostly the visuals we see during the cave scene in the anime.
If that's how it really happened, then...
Hey, what's wrong?
Yuki is God. Time and time again, we are shown Yuki's incredible abilities, from making a home run baseball bat to changing the very fabric of reality itself, leading fans to believe that Yuki might be the true reality warper. There are also fan theories that suggest Itsuki and Mikuru might also be gods, but they are not as popular as the Yuki theory. Kyon and Haruhi are the gods Orihime and Hikoboshi. The ancient Chinese story, passed on to Japan, tells the story of two star lovers, Vega and Altair.
Hey, what's the matter, you Altair?
And Altair, meeting once a year on the 7th of July. Some fans have theorized that Kyon and Haruhi might be the reincarnated versions of these people. Everyone is lying is the idea that everyone, including Kyon, is possibly lying about something. Everyone's theories about Haruhi Suzumiya clash with one another. Even Yuki herself brings up the idea that everyone, including herself, might be acting dishonestly with Kyon. Since the whole story takes place from Kyon's perspective, we can't rule out the possibility that Kyon is an unreliable narrator.
There is no evidence that what Itsuki Koizumi says is actually the truth.
The same goes for Miss Asahina's theory.
There is no guarantee that what I have been saying is the truth either.
Ryoko was an assassin is the theory that Ryoko was always programmed to try and assassinate Kyon. There isn't much evidence to support this, other than that it's odd that Ryoko's programming went rogue so quickly compared to how long it took Yuki to glitch. Itsuki and Mikuru work together is the theory that Mikuru works for the same organization that Itsuki works for, except in the distant future. It is hinted at that Tsururia's family might be involved in the creation of a lot of future tech, and they also seem to be very familiar with Itsuki's organization. Or maybe it's the complete opposite, and Itsuki and Mikuru's superiors are viciously fighting each other in the future for power.
The organization I belong to and the group Miss Asahina's with aren't the only ones with theories. There's alliance and betrayal, sabotage and sneak attacks, destruction and slaughter.
Mikuru is totalitarian. Is the theory that Mikuru's superiors are part of a totalitarian group that is preventing any other futures from existing. There are other organizations that are trying to prevent the future Mikuru is a part of from existing. Who's to say that Mikuru and her superiors aren't the bad guys in this situation?
Are we the baddies?
If Fujiwara killed that boy and time travel was never invented, who's to say it wouldn't have created a better and brighter future? If Kyon and Mikuru never visited Haruhi 3 years ago, who's to say she might not have gotten her powers in the first place?
Miss Asahina was sent by her superiors to this time plane to protect the time plane where she is from.
3 perfect bodies is the theory that Haruhi created Itsuki, Mikuru, and Yuki as a representation of 3 perfect beings. Itsuki Koizumi, charming personality, Yuki Nagato, intelligence, and Mikuru Asahina, well,
Excuse me, I'm gonna go masturbate.
need I say more? Everyone is wrong is the theory that all 3 major theories regarding Haruhi Suzumiya are wrong. Haruhi is not the creator of a dream world. She is not a distortion in space-time, and she is not the key to humanity's auto-evolution. But if she's none of these things, then what is she? Well, we may never know. Close space is purgatory. Is the theory that close space, a reality separate from our own, a place created by God, where only certain people can enter under certain circumstances, is the place between heaven and hell, known as purgatory. A bit dramatic, but you get the idea. Mikuru is Kyone's sister. Fans have been speculating about who Mikuru might actually be. If she is from the future, she might actually be someone we have met along the way. Some fans believe that she might be Haruhi and Kyone's future daughter, but the most popular is that Mikuru is Kyone's sister, all grown up. Mikuru and Kyone's sister share the same childlike personality, although if this is true, it makes a lot of scenes very creepy. Kyone is normal. Well, yeah, obviously, but what if that's what makes him so unique? He is the only human that's part of the SOS Brigade. Itsuki also mentions that the school has been infiltrated by members of the organization. What if that was an understatement? What if there are many, many more? But not just Espers. What if there are many other time travelers, aliens, and other supernatural creatures undercover at North High that we have yet to meet? That's why so many members at North High thought it was strange when Kyone striked up a conversation with Haruhi. Kyone is God and fears strong, independent women.
Women.
This is a bit out there, but it is the theory that Kyone is God and uses his power because he is afraid of strong women. Think about all the women in Kyone's life. His mum is practically non-existent. His sister is 11 but acts like she's 4. Mikuru also acts very childish. Nagato can't express her feelings. And Haruhi is too stupid to see all the supernatural things happening around her. Kyone is hallucinating. Is the theory that Kyone is just sitting in the club room by himself, hallucinating everything that's going on, slowly going insane, which is very dark.
Bro, are you high?
Let me check. Yes.
Everyone knows about Haruhi. This theory is that everyone on Earth knows about Haruhi. Everyone that the SOS Brigade meets is in some way connected to Itsuki's organization, or Mikuru's superiors, or is connected to Nagato's data over mind integration thought entity thingamajiggy. Coma theory. In most cases, this is a meme theory. However, it does hold some weight. If what Itsuki is saying is correct, that everyone is living in a dream world created by Haruhi, well maybe this dream world is what she is experiencing inside this coma. Or maybe Kyone is the one that's in a coma, experiencing all of this, and is dreaming up this world they are in. And that was the Haruhi Suzumiya fan theory, Iceberg explained. Please like, comment, subscribe and share if you want. It's not like I like you or anything. I have no idea what the next video will be, so I guess it will be a surprise for the both of us. Until next time.
Is it over? Not till the fish jumps. It's over.